Right, let's get into this video. This is again talking about habits and also mindset. I really believe this is what I'm going to have to do in order for things to drastically change. I have to change how I think. I'm going to summarize the video very quickly to get the main point across, and then I'll go into more detail, because this video could basically be done in like 2 minutes or maybe even less. The main point of this video is to tell myself that I absolutely cannot make progress, the progress that I want to make, if I keep on thinking the same thoughts that I have been thinking as often as I do. More specifically, thinking about lyrics from grime music and drill music. It's a bit of both, and also just making my own lyrics in my head. Not me being serious, just taking the piss really. I'm not going to give examples, however, I know that thinking about these things and also thinking about like basketball clips, for example, more specifically inside the NBA clips of Charles Barkley making fun of people, I'm not going to be able to progress further if I carry on thinking about these things basically all day, like how I've been doing. Inside the NBA I haven't been doing for years, like how I've done mindlessly watching YouTube and mindlessly scrolling as well. I use that word mindlessly a lot. What does it actually mean to me? I have to come up with an answer now instead of just using that word with no very specific meaning in my head. I have to do that. So you could say I could be using that word mindlessly, rather ironically, or maybe frivolously. By mindless, I personally define that as basically something that's habit and that you don't have to think of consciously, but it's still there in the mind though. So is it mindless? Nah, maybe not. Subconscious, yeah. You've done it for so long that you've just made it a habit, a habit that you do very consistently, or that I do very consistently. And I know that I have to think about what I truthfully want to think about in order for me to make significant progress. Jeez, I need to shave. Oh, that's the video done, by the way, basically. Yeah, jeez, I need to shave. They didn't look as big. This stubble didn't look as present in the mirror than it does on camera. It also looks like I put on quite a bit of body fat, even though the scale was telling me that I've lost weight. With the way how this angle makes my double chin look, I don't think so. Wait, hold on. Me looking at my face this way just makes me think that I look more overweight than I actually do. But anyway, now I'm making progress in terms of razor bumps. This is the main spot that has to go, and then that's it really. I've made major progress by shaving every so often. I really believe the reason why I want to say mindlessly watch, but now I'm no longer saying that it's mindless. So I'm having to change my way of thinking right here, right now, on camera. I think how, jeez. I know I have to change my mindset, but now I can't, I'm no longer thinking exactly the same way as I once was. So I'm now having to change how I talk about things over and over. I think the reasons why I'd watch YouTube for hours on end is because I wouldn't have to think about anything I considered stressful at the time due to how I think about things. I think it potentially could have been way too much to handle for me, in my opinion, at the time. This could be, for example, GCSEs, my GCSE exams, my A-level exams. But these could have been way too much to handle because of the delusional standards that I set myself. Trying to get A stars when I was getting C's and C's, D's and B's, predominantly more like C/D, especially during A levels for sure. I mean, I got a D in additional maths, C in biology, chemistry, maths A level, not additional maths, and I got an A in my EPQ. An EPQ is basically, it's about a topic that you pick and you have to do your own research towards it, and then you have to come up with a 5,000 word project, like a Word document, a 5,000 word written document and a presentation to show for it. And you have to plan out how you're going to go about things and actually do it. Just like with other school tasks, you got deadlines that you have to achieve. But there's a lot more freedom compared to other subjects with an EPQ, and that is more specifically deadlines. There are limits. For example, when you have to do your presentation by, I remember that being decided for us. And when you have to hand the EPQ in, the written document in by, that was also decided for us. But how we went about it was completely up to us. It took a lot of research, and it just went about it with more freedom compared to other subjects that I did. You'd have your homework and then you have your deadlines, and they were all fixed, created by the teacher instead of created by you. All of them. really think there are some things that would be that are very useful in real life that you can take out of school, which school doesn't really teach you about, such as deadlines and time management. Deadlines are there in school, like homework deadlines and that, they are in school, but they don't say, oh, well, you have to do this by this date, because long term, when you're in the real world, setting deadlines are going to help in X, Y, and Z ways. They're not, or at least they didn't tell me this. I wasn't told this by teachers. You're there to learn a curriculum that you've chosen partly, and then go. When it's GCSE, you partly choose it, but when it's A levels, you choose the subjects you go into. And yeah, you're just there to learn a curriculum and go. That's what I think. I forgot where I was going with that. I'll make it relevant to the video now. I want to constantly think about like the PT course and all of the things that I want to work on every single day. Just like how I'd be at least somewhat thinking about school curriculum every single day, or school curriculum content every single day. But me, the way how I thought about that was in more of a stressful way, rather than in a way that I like. Like, for example, doing all of those subjects that I learn in school because I wanted to do them. I didn't do that in school. I think past GCSEs, I decided to go to A levels because I didn't know any different. That was just me following the norm, and it was my way of proving to myself and other people that I am intelligent. I am worth something. But I didn't understand that grades don't define your worth to the world. I didn't know that. For example, you could completely flunk your GCSEs, but provide a lot of value to the world through expressing yourself via music, or expressing yourself through comedy. Something that either has a large fan base now, or something that's growing. If you genuinely like it, you'll do it. That would be my piece of advice for those that are looking for it. Whatever it is you truthfully want to do that. And express or have something to show for it publicly. And people will find value in it, on the premise they like it too. And or they want to express themselves in a similar way that you're showing. know for sure that I can't truthfully be able to move on and further progress if I'm thinking of rap lyrics talking about backing out shanks and shooting people. I don't think about these lyrics every single second. I would think about like basketball clips and that as well, because I've been watching basketball clips. I think about YouTube videos that are meant to be motivational, such as Kai Green 3-part series, which I watched yesterday and I partly watched today. I watched part of part 1 today as I was uploading Plank Day 168 video. The watching YouTube for many hours on end that is my way of numbing the mind from any stress I'd feel towards things that I truthfully want to do, such as, for example, I believe that I have been charged too much for a chess membership, a yearly chess membership that I bought the other day, and watching YouTube videos would allow me to not think about that and not do something about it, numb the mind from any stress I'd experience thinking about it. I'd say numb, not calm down, because when I would get off YouTube, I'd just think about it again. It would just come back, but even stronger, basically. Even if it's very slightly, I'd basically just be condensing those thoughts, and then they'd come back even louder, rather than working through those thoughts and working through that stress and then allowing it, therefore, to naturally dissipate. That's what I do when I have sexual thoughts. It works all the time. Allow myself to think those thoughts and question why I'm thinking those thoughts, and then naturally they dissipate, rather than numbing the mind through watching video after video after video, and then those thoughts about any stress I may feel or any sort of stress I may experience through, like, for example, say the thing going on with the chess membership, it would numb the mind from those thoughts and any stress I'd feel thinking those thoughts. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It being consistently think about like the PT stuff and driving and improving my financial literacy, for example, over and over again all day. I don't know exactly what I'll have to do for that to work, but I do know, or at least believe, that I've got to be looking at these things and digesting them, even if it's very slightly, all the time, and not expect much. I'd listen to that sort of music and not want anything, not really want anything from it. I do it because I enjoyed it at the time. Basically, use how I'd do unwanted habits, how I build unwanted habits for habits I would want to build. And then just let the healthy habits and the wanted habits just come my way. Not really expect much from it, but just look and think about these things all day, work towards that, take action and allow that to happen. I don't think there's really much else to say. I think I'm done. eventually I'm gonna stop creating serious videos as often. Right now, I am absolutely, I'm creating so many of them. I'm creating so many of them. I was thinking of swearing, but there's no need. I was thinking of creating, no, I have created so many of them recently, but that eventually that's gonna stop happening as often. Because I don't think there'd be as much of a need for it. I'm gonna stop posting serious videos as often, because what I would have wanted to work through, I would have done it. But right now I'm working towards that. I'm not saying I'm gonna stop making serious videos, period. But I am saying I don't think they'll come as often. Maybe in like a year's time, for example. Because I would have worked through a lot. And I'd be in a much more wanted, I'd be in a position which I'd like a lot more compared to today. Oh yeah, it may not be like what I'd visualize the end goal to be. I don't really have one. I know what I want to do, but I haven't really visualized it. Not often, and certainly not recently. But I do know that whatever I get at the end, I would have earned it. I would have earned my keep. And I probably would have been able to do everything I want to do and more in the space of 5 years. 10 months since my body transformation started. It's been 10 months. Actually, it's the 11th today. So 10 days less than 10 months. Seeing as I started the body transformation journey on the 21st of August, 2021. And then on the night of the 20th, that was the day I had enough. But I started taking action towards eating healthily on the 21st. And yeah, I can certainly do a lot. I can make massive changes in 10 months. I know that for sure. I may go up and down, but I would have made a significant amount of progress up. And on that note, let's get to making more progress in that direction. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something valuable maybe, and I'll see you in the next one. Every day is the answer. Do what you need to do to transform your life, lads and lasses. See you lot later. If you need advice and you don't come off as an arsehole, I have no problem with helping you. If you don't come off as an arsehole and you don't think you're entitled to advice, then you ask for, and you're asking for advice comes from a genuine place. I'll be able to tell. Yeah, I won't mind helping. But anyway, see you lot later. Do what you need to do. Bye.